Let's talk about marijuana. You know, weed, pot, reefer, the devil's lettuce. Well, marijuana wasn't always used as a means to get high. Marijuana actually comes from the hemp plant, and it grows little buds of marijuana. Well, up until the late 1890s, hemp was used and very much encouraged to be used as a means to make cloth and for clothing, rope, and sails. Well, in the early 1900s, Mexican immigrants brought it over and started using it recreationally. This is when America started seeing marijuana as racially inferior and for the lower class. By 1931, marijuana was outlawed in 29 states. And this is what started Reefer Madness, which was a video that went around saying that marijuana was very bad for you and it could cause cancer, which it does not. You can learn about how marijuana was legalized even more at pbs.org. Well, even though people are still afraid of marijuana, it actually has a lot of benefits to it. Medical marijuana was first legalized in California. Right now, 23 out of 50 states have legalized the use of medical marijuana. Some of those states are Colorado, Alaska, and Delaware. The THC that is in marijuana is used to control nausea and vomiting, and it can also relieve pain. The first uses of medical marijuana was for cancer patients and people with AIDS to help control their nausea and to induce an appetite in a person. Marijuana creates a resin that contains cannabinoids. These cannabinoids can help your brain change its mood, and that can help patients with depression and anxiety. There are also studies that have shown the marijuana fighting against cancer cells and not allowing the cancer cells to grow. They have seen them blocking the growth of the cancer cells. There are also other studies that have shown patients with multiple sclerosis having a decrease in muscle spasms. You can learn more about this at cancer.gov/cancer topics. Now that we've talked about the benefits of marijuana, let's talk about the negatives. Well, there's really only one, and it is the fact that you can technically overdose on marijuana. And overdosing on marijuana does not ever include you potentially dying. To overdose on marijuana is when someone who does not regularly use it or someone that has never used it before takes in a little bit too much, and it can induce vomiting and nausea and a fast heart rate, pupil dilation, which you're going to have anyways. And that's it. There has never been anyone who has ever died from marijuana. You cannot die from marijuana. NewHealthGuide.org actually says that to get a fatal dose of marijuana, you would have to smoke or ingest 40,000 times as much as you would need to take in to just get high. 40,000 times as much. In 2013 alone, alcohol-induced deaths were 29,001. Cannabis, 0. Every year, 480,000 people die from tobacco. Cannabis, none. There are more negative side effects on your aspirin bottle than there is when you ingest marijuana. Even though marijuana started as a low-class and inferior thing, today it has helped a lot of people deal with serious and life-threatening diseases. Hopefully, I've persuaded some of my audience of the benefits cannabis has and how the legalization of it could potentially be a good thing.